everyone. I just wanted to share with you the story behind the song The Great Shepherd. So this song was the newest song that I put on my EP that I'd written, and I wrote it at the start of last year, and at the time life was really difficult for me, and I was really struggling as well just to write any songs, and I started to read this book called Hind's Feet on High Places, and basically this book is about a character called Much Afraid, and she lives in the Valley of Fear, and she meets someone called the Shepherd, and the Shepherd awakens this love in her heart and takes her on an adventure out of the Valley of Fear, and along the way she's got two companions, which are sorrow and suffering, and she meets many other people along the journey, like fear and pride and anxiety, and every time she kind of faces something difficult, the Shepherd comes and he helps her. And this is kind of where this song came from, this book. As soon as I had finished the book, I wrote this song within a night. The words just kind of came to me straight away about God being the shepherd. And actually, as Christians, when we become a Christian, God's love is awakened in our hearts, and he takes us on this adventure, and he doesn't promise us that it will be easy, but he does promise us that he will be with us always. And sometimes in life we can feel like our companions are sorrow and suffering, and we come up against fear and pride and anxiety, but actually God turns these things for good. And in this story, towards the end, you see that the companions of sorrow and suffering become joy and peace, and actually that God defeats the characters of pride and anxiety and fear. And so this is kind of where the song came from, and I just loved the picture of God kind of being a shepherd. There's a scripture in Isaiah chapter 40 verse 11, and it says, "He tends his flock like a shepherd. He gathers the lambs in his arms and he carries them close to his heart." And that's basically where the bridge came from. And there's, in God's word, there's a verse or two that says about how God leaves the 99 and he goes after the one. And I just love that picture that God, as a shepherd, comes after the one, and he picks us up in his arms and he carries us close to his heart. And this is what this song is about, that God kind of comes as a shepherd into our lives. He awakens his love, he takes us on an adventure, and he's with us always, and he carries us through the hard times. And so that's kind of where the song came from, and for me it's a really special song. I was able to write it after a long time of not being able to write any songs, which was really nice, and I just really pray that it speaks to you, and I pray that it really reminds you and myself that God is a shepherd to us, and that he knows us, and that he catches us when we fall, and he loves us, and so that's kind of the story behind the song The Great Shepherd.
And you carry me close to your heart as I draw